Hello, good morning. I'm Heath and we're here at Four Oaks Farm, and I was asked to give the origin story for natural release muscle and joint. So I'm going to step back just a little bit. So as you may know, everything that we make, and we've been in the animal health world for a long time, is created here at Four Oaks. And my wife creates them all. And what happens is we're a recovery center for sport horses, so Grand Prix horses, etc. When they get injured, they get sent to us, and we're the facility, and they'll be here for a couple of months. And when they leave here, they go back to work. So what Kathleen does is when she gets a horse that comes in that she can't help, she can't fix using stuff that we can already buy, she goes into mad scientist world and literally takes, starts over from scratch and rebuilds products that you've never seen before and that do the job. And in fact, a little backstory, everybody knows that when Kathleen goes into her mad science mode, you do not ever take something out of her refrigerator because it might say Welch's grape juice. You have no idea what it might be. And I'm going to try, it's one of her concoctions, and some of that stuff doesn't taste very good. So anyway, she creates her stuff, and then everything she makes, it's gonna work here for years, literally years. And with our 70 horses, we have a reputation. So when she gives it to me to go into marketing world, she's absolutely 1000% sure that it does exactly what we say that it does. And so anyway, she finally gave it to me, and I put it out there. And it really quickly became just a rock star in the equine world. And so we had a couple of people on Instagram and Facebook, 1 million followers, and they're equine people. And they started shouting out about it and about how they're using it on their horse pre-bride, and it's making such a huge difference. And meanwhile, they're using it on their own arthritis and tendonitis and frozen shoulder and all the stuff that we equestrians get, and just saying how fabulous it is. So we start getting a ton of orders. Yay, right? Well, yes, until a couple of days after that, all of a sudden we start getting all these calls. And back to these high-end equestrians, not all of their followers happen to be horse people. So these non-horse people would be calling in saying, hey, you sent me the wrong stuff. And I'd be like, what do you mean? And she said, well, I got the natural release, but it says it's for horses, and I need the human stuff. And so I'd have to tap dance around a little bit and say, okay, we don't have a human label, but it's all natural and it's safe, and these are the ingredients, and I'd have to give the whole spiel. And so each one of these calls is taking a good 30, 40 minutes. And then those calls just start escalating, and we're getting 4 or 5 of those a day, and it's just taking a ton of time. So we're like, we need to do something about this, because I just don't have time to do it. And so that's when we went into and found the time and the effort to create the human label, which is kind of a big deal for us because we know animal health, we know all the distributors around the world, etc. We don't really know this world, so it's a slower process for us while we kind of have to relearn the whole deal. Anyway, that is the origin story for natural release. Have a great day.